climbing Mount Everest is one of the toughest things a person can do or experience. I've got to tell you, stupidly, after climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, I did inquire. I did look, I had the bug. It's a bit like running a marathon, you know, but you run a marathon and you go, never again. Paul's done it again, never again. And I know the Nicky's done it. I know lots of people here have done it. And then after a while you go, actually, I think I could beat my time. I think if I trained a little bit harder, I could do it. And I thought to myself, you know, what about Everest? If you have ever looked at doing that, that's a completely different... I mean, apart from that, it costs tens of thousands of pounds, and it takes months and months to acclimatise and get used to it, and the pressure on your lungs, your heart, the failure, you might die. But I did look at it. Just telling you, I looked at it. There is one Londoner who is... Here you go, planning on being the first person to reach the summit with cancer. And cancer isn't the name of a dog or a friend or a scarf or something. He has the condition. Ian Tootill is from Willesden Green. It was told in August that he had months to live, and he plans to climb the world's highest mountain in April. And Ian joins me now. Wow. Have you seen the film, first of all, Ian?
Of course I did. Thanks for having me on to start with.
Oh, don't be silly.
I actually saw it on the 12th of November last year, which was my birthday. And that was one of the factors that made me think about doing it, to be honest.
Well, hold on. If you've seen the film, man, you've seen what happens in the film, and you see the star doesn't actually make... It's tough. What? So is this something you're doing to raise money? Is this something you're doing as the bucket list? Is it all... Just to take us through your thinking with this one.
Well, it's in three parts, really. I mean, you know, you could say that the first part is me being the first person with cancer to climb Everest, but I think a lot's made of that. And to be honest, for me, that's not such a big thing. The biggest thing for me is to raise £250,000 for Macmillan Cancer Support. They do a great job with people like myself and everyone else who are living or suffering with cancer, and the families. And then third of all, it's basically to try and inspire other people maybe living with cancer, or people who... friends or people who are suffering from cancer, to maybe just go and do that thing they said they were always going to do. And it doesn't have to be climb a mountain, because cancer's tough. It could be something like write that book. It could be just a cookery lesson. It could be just going on a dream trip.
It can be anything, can't it? So there are people who would say, sadly, it's the prospect of death that has prompted you to do that which you wanted to do. So you are a fine example of that, which you are now a proponent of, that people should live their lives.
Maybe. I mean, it's interesting. I've had lots of people say to me, you know, about the death zone. It's above 8,000 metres and stuff. And I said, look, I've been in the death zone for the last 16 months. It's like, I'll just work it out. It's not that bad, you know. As I said, I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm not going to be in the best shape I would have been maybe a few years ago. And there's going to be challenges with oxygen and especially diet and things like that, and my immune system in such a tough environment. But I'm doing it to raise that money and raise awareness of people living with cancer. And if I get that money from Ireland, I know they'll do some spectacular things with it.
Which cancer have you got?
It's bowel cancer.
So, I mean, that... Don't get me wrong, when I climbed Kilimanjaro, I had some of the best food I'd ever had. They're quite good at cooking food, aren't they? But your digestive system is going to be challenged, isn't it?
Yeah, well, funny enough, I've been in the Himalayas for 3 months before, and I climbed some of the peaks around Everest, which qualified me for this. And I never had any bowel problems, whereas it's pretty standard for everyone going out there that they're going to get those things.
Well done.
And the other thing is, you know, I eat a very sort of specialist diet. I eat ketogenic diet, which is like 80% fat. There's not too many carbs, a bit of protein, and I also do vegan. So that's tough. That's going to be really tough out there. I'm not going to be having avocados every morning, that's for sure.
No, you're going to have your protein snacks, though, aren't you? You're going to have things like that. Lots of water. How much pressure does it put on you? You know, in terms of it, and if you've done the mountains around it, you'll know. In terms of what your heart, lungs are expected to deal with, how much pressure will it be in terms of altitude?
Well, altitude is a bit of a lottery. So there's people who are super fit and it doesn't work out for them. There's people who aren't as fit and it works out. It really is a lottery. And I know a couple of people. I know one guy who's been up 4 times, not got there. And I know other people didn't have the best preparation, they got up there. And I'm getting great advice from friends who've been up there before. I used to be in the armed forces and getting some advice from some guys who are really specialist climbers. Also getting advice from a guy called Professor Hugh Montgomery, and he's the expert on altitude.
Listen to your guide is my advice.
Yeah.
Listen, do what you're told. Are you good at that?
It depends. I mean, that's probably not the right answer because they're probably listening. But you know what? This is the thing. It's I'm just going to give it my best shot, and I'm not going to endanger anyone else doing it. But I'm just going to go for it. I mean, I'm going for it. But I fully understand that it might not just work out.
All right. So a deal. I'll make a deal with you now, right?
Yeah.
We've got your number. We're going to stay in touch. You're doing in April, right?
Yeah.
So we'll talk to you once a month until then. We're running out of time. You better advertising is not allowed on the BBC, but you better give us your GoFundMe page.
Okay, it's GoFundMe.com, and the part of that is called Climbing Everest for Cancer. And could I just say a couple of thank yous to 111 Collective, who really helped me with this project, and the other guy is Dan Mazur of Summit Climb, who's accepted me on that climb.
Stay positive. Once a month we'll do this. Is that a deal with you?
That'd be fantastic. One more thing, if that's okay.
Go on then, keep pushing it, mate.
We're raising 250,000, but the first part of the climb, for the money, we have to raise that 29,000
to do it
within the next 11 days. So if that doesn't go, we don't go. So if anybody can go to that site and just either give a small amount or just share it.
What was it again? I didn't hear.
So it's GoFundMe.com, and then it's Climbing Everest with Cancer. And then you can donate too.
Of course I will. I'll do it tonight. I've got your name. They're posting.
Hey.
They're posting your details here for me now.
Okay.
It may not be as much as you expected, but I'll certainly post something. Listen, you're an inspiration, mate. Good luck and stay healthy. I appreciate your time very much. Nice talking to somebody who's doing something. So come on, never leave till tomorrow what you can do today. Hey, my parents can't be the only parents who told me that. Here's a man diagnosed with cancer, has been so enamored with what Macmillan Cancer Relief has done. He's trying to climb the ultimate, Mount Everest. And if you've ever looked into climbing, you've got to be some tough, what's that thing? Tough mudder. We should do that, shouldn't we, this year? Get a few of us here from BBC. Are we allowed to do anything like that? That'd be good. Electricity shocks and all sorts. Listen, we're back here tomorrow. Drive time here on BBC Radio London. Look after yourself. Here's Fiona.